Some hotels are just places to sleep. And then there are hotels that don't need an introduction, because you've already seen this one. On Instagram, on YouTube Shorts, billionaires stepping out of cars most people will never sit in. Slow motion and Europop in the background. This is not a hotel, it's a symbol. You've probably seen it in movies. James Bond. James Bond. Pierce Brosnan, GoldenEye.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Bond. Très heureux de vous voir.
Bonsoir, Pierre. Ça va bien?
Bien, très bien, et vous?
Because this hotel and the casino across the street are basically siblings. So yes, you think you know this place. But here's the part no one really talks about. A romantic dinner in their 3 Michelin-star restaurant, followed by a night upstairs, can quietly pass the 10,000 euro mark for just one evening. And that's before breakfast. So what does it actually feel like to arrive, to stay, and to live here for a moment when the cameras are off and when the music stops?
Bienvenue à Hôtel de Paris.
This is Hôtel de Paris Monte-Carlo. Our story starts before the hotel. Wifey forgot her passport, which is never ideal when you're traveling. But a quick Google search saves us. EU citizens' ID card is enough. We show up, calm, confident, and they let us in. First lesson of Monaco, confidence helps. Before we even see the hotel, we go underground. Not into a parking area, into a real Formula 1 pit stop. This is where the teams refuel during the Monaco Grand Prix. Tight, fast, technical.
Can I pay with cards?
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
You feel like refueling under pressure.
Hôtel de Paris, oui.
We step out.
Bonjour.
And immediately everything feels controlled. Even though our car is suddenly surrounded by bellboys, concierges and staff, everyone knows exactly where to stand, when to move and how to help. It's not noise, it's organized attention. Enough people to help you instantly, but never in your way. This place doesn't try to impress you. It quietly watches so it can react before you even ask. Check-in is calm, precise, almost invisible. No luxury performance, no scripted smiles.
Quel restaurant est-ce que vous souhaiterez
Je pouvais parler français, mais un peu.
Some activities for your stay?
Some dinner. This is my Valentine's gift for my...
Oh, enjoy your time. Thank you. 1,000.
1,000,
Yes.
is it? All right.
And then comes the deposit. One night stay, 1,000 euros.
Wow.
Not a mistake, not a typo, just a gentle reminder in case you accidentally forget to pay for dinner in one of their Michelin restaurants. Walking through these corridors feels heavy. Not flashy, not loud. Heavy. Kings, presidents, artists, Winston Churchill, Charlie Chaplin, Frank Sinatra, and many others whose names will never be mentioned. Because privacy here is part of the luxury. Now, let's talk about the room. When a hotel is this iconic, expectations are dangerous. At first glance, it's beautiful, classic, elegant, very Paris. And yes, we even got an upgrade to a prestige room instead of the luxury room. But then you start living in it. One panel behind the TV literally stays in my hand. Not dramatic, just unexpected. A small IKEA moment in a palace-level hotel. Perfection that never cracks is boring. Then there's the bar table. Looks elegant until you pull the handle. And the entire button slides up. Very clever, very theatrical. And underneath, crumbs, dust, dirt. They probably assume that very rich people don't really eat here. They drink, they sit, they leave, but the crumbs tell a different story. Luxury sometimes hopes you won't touch the mechanism. I did. The bathroom feels calm. Soft lighting, beautiful backlit mirrors, warm tones, premium toiletries on the sink, proper luxury brands. One small detail though, the soap. It's in the shower. So if you're in the bathtub and want it there too, you either carry it yourself or shout, "Wifey, can you pass me the soap?" Ultra-luxury hotel, but they still want to remind you that once you leave the room, you're just a human again. The toilet has so many controls, I thought it might teleport me somewhere. There's a panel in the front, and just in case that's not enough, another one in the back. I'm pretty sure it can do everything: heat the seat, wash, dry, probably even book a dinner reservation. The wardrobe is fully lit from the inside. Real lighting, not decorative nonsense. When the luggage arrives, they ask us, "Would you like us to unpack everything for you?"
I'm good.
Yes?
Thank you, sir.
Would you need someone to help you to unpack your bags, or you're fine?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Thank you very much for the door, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Not carry it, not store it, unpack it. That's when you realize you're not supposed to do anything here. And then we open the drawer. An adult box. Cards, blindfold, accessories, including a vibrating ring. Because in Monte Carlo, entertainment doesn't stop downstairs. It continues upstairs, usually around 10 p.m, when the kids finally go to bed. Outside, Monaco feels calm. Some shops are still open. Carrefour definitely is. Restaurants later. So imagine this. You're staying at Hôtel de Paris, one of the most iconic hotels in the world. And 10 minutes later, you're sitting on a wall in the harbor, holding a drink from Carrefour. Wifey invited me to try it. And honestly, the fact that it smelled terrible was actually good news. Because now I know she doesn't understand alcohol, which is actually a very healthy sign. The wellness area is calm, quiet, controlled. And the jacuzzi outside, right above the harbor. Surrounded by the most expensive yachts in Monaco, with the Prince's Palace in the background. That's not a jacuzzi, that's a statement. After burgers and questionable drinks on a wall, I really hope I fixed my reputation as a man of status. So yes, dinner at Buddha Bar helps. Low light, good music, balance restored. Right across the street is the casino. Hotel guests enter for free. No ticket, no line, James Bond energy included. Later that night, when everything is quiet, we quietly enter one of the grand halls. Empty, silent, high ceilings, massive chandeliers. It feels like a hidden ballroom, almost ceremonial. We weren't supposed to be there, which made it perfect. Morning comes quietly. I had to check the mattress because I slept really well. For breakfast, I had high expectations. At 65 euros per person, you kind of have to. And the eggs? For the first time in my life, I give eggs a full 5 out of 5. Perfectly cooked, no burnt edges, amazing taste. Not hotel eggs, real free-range eggs.
La Belle Époque, oh oh. La Belle Époque, oh oh.
It's raining when we leave. Without asking, they walk with us holding umbrellas over our heads.
Faire 2 voyages ou sinon je fais madame en priorité
Madame priorité.
Hein?
Oui. Merci beaucoup.
Very discreet, very natural. They don't feel like servants. They feel like good friends who take pride in helping. You don't feel guilty being served. You feel genuinely grateful. So, is this the flashiest hotel in the world? No. Is it perfect? Also no. But is it one of the most complete luxury experiences you can have? Absolutely. And that's why this video is called One Hotel. Because here, one is enough. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's free and it helps a lot. Thank you and see you in the next one very soon.
It's not